Hello everybody, welcome back. Just a real quick video on this one then, so a little bit of an overview on Bitcoin, and we're going to look at XRP, because if we look at XRP, what we've noticed, we're looking at here on the weekly, because we have this descending trend that we broke above for the second time this year. This descending trend has been going on for over 2 years now. Last time we broke above it, we had a nice pump up here, but this time we've broken above it, and we've not really pumped to the same extent, but we have pumped nevertheless. Let's just move that down a little bit further. So there we go. So we've broken above it. We've had our pump. I was expecting to come up to test this 100-day moving average, but it's not got there yet. It might get there, but I'm not entirely sure. I'm not really feeling it. It's only day one. It's only taken place for a few hours really, this pump, but it's not looking that strong. We'll have to see how it goes, and a lot of that's going to depend on Bitcoin. So let's go to Bitcoin then. Let's have a look at what's going on. So the 4-hourly chart is the way I'll be trading this one really, for the moment anyway, for the moment. And what I'm looking at first of all is MACD, quite high up with a bit of a bearish divergence slope on it. Just it's not in the negative territory, so that's not a problem. But we do have bearish divergence on the RSI. The RSI basically got overbought here. You can see when it pumped up to the top there at this very top level of resistance being 7,850 thereabouts. And the reason, we'll go to the daily to see it a bit clearer, the reason that is resistance is because previously, if we go back in time, we can see how that's support and resistance at this level. Rejection there, rejection, and then broken above. So it was all looking quite good. So it's a pivotal area of resistance here, and you can see where we tested it here, support, bounced a few times, and then finally just crashed beneath it. So now we're bumping our head above it. Any chance of breaking above here would be good. So let's go to the 4 hours to see see what's going on with that. So we got a pitchfork in only of recently, you know, it's about a week old or so. So basically we found ourselves in this channel and being rejected from it, and launched right up to the very top. You can see the very top area of it here. So pretty much holding true to this level here, so that was good. Rejection from there, a few attempts to get to there, and sort of dancing around in the center. Now we're being brought down to the bottom middle, and we're holding above the bottom middle, which is okay, but now we're being squashed. You could call these next few hours, certainly today, the moment of reckoning. Something's going to happen here in the next 12 to definitely 24 hours. I would expect a big move, and when I'm talking big moves, I'm talking perhaps, let's measure this out just in the pitchfork area, we're talking about a possible move to the very top being 7%, or down to the bottom being about 2.5%. But this would then start to change the formation. Going down to the bottom level of this pitchfork will give us maybe another couple of days before we're in the same situation again, and then it really has to make its decision. If it can break into the upper levels back again into the pitchfork, then great. If it breaks down beneath it, then it's broken its formation, and its formation is technically broken to the down, meaning that I would expect more pressure to the down at that point. You know, it's all about formation. It's not necessarily about price really. So the formation would have been broken, and it would have gone bearish at that point. But other than that, you know, the moving averages on the 4-hourly are still quite strong. They're looking okay. They're looking not too bad. I don't dispute that this could possibly be a bull flag in many ways. It does look like it. We've got a golden cross here, still playing out that golden cross. It's rising. It's rising still, making technically higher highs and higher lows. So in that respect, it does look good. My only problem is that we are right in the center of pretty much this area now, where it has to decide if it's going to break above this or break beneath it. And this, again, I can't stress how much of a resistance this level is. We'll call it 7,750 to 7,850. That area is very, very strong resistance. Breaking above there though should be good, and probably have continuation into the 8,000s, mid 8,000s probably. But the 4-hourly RSI doesn't look like it wants to do that, and if it does, it would probably be rejected, but it should at that point cause this area to be support. So a big move could happen, bring us up to the top of the pitchfork. That would be, if it were to happen today, low 8,000s, 8,250-ish area, and then yeah, finding our way bouncing into the pitchfork and maybe resting at the very bottom where we started from, but then becoming a support, so bouncing from there. So let's have a look at XRP. So XRP is very simple, really. It's very simple. We'll have a look at some of the other indicators while we're here. So very simply, we broke above it again, just like we did on this occasion back here. We traded this one. We loved this one. In fact, it was very generous because it allowed us to get out at the top, because we were rejected here. It couldn't break through there. So it was on the third day. I mean, you'd have to have sold it really, and by then, and obviously, many of us did. And then we've been breaking down ever since there. So, since that time, we are looking at on a daily chart here. Since then, we've not got any basically good signs with moving averages. There's nothing really very positive to say on there. But we do have a fresh Ichimoku cloud cross taking place within the cross, which, within the cloud, which isn't the greatest way to trade it. I wouldn't fancy trading it here. I am long on this one at the moment, only because I love this 2-year descending trend. I wanted to trade this one again. This one worked out very well for me, so I've traded it again, and I am still holding on to it. But we're not quite getting to where I wanted to be, which would have been about 21.5 cent, and if we were lucky, 22.3 cent at the top of the Ichi cloud. That's where I'd expect rejections. Now this candle can quite easily collapse right back in on itself. Absolutely no problem at all. It could come right back in on itself, and hopefully what we would do at that point would be to bounce off the descending trend. If we bounce off the descending trend, it'd be worth giving it another attempt. But if we fail to make a higher high than our previous candle body or wick really, then I probably wouldn't be feeling it. No, again, a lot of this depends on Bitcoin. Bitcoin's going to set the pace of the market. These are two separate coins with separate fundamentals, separate charts. Really, they look very different to each other. So you have to look and analyze both of these to understand and give yourself the best edge when trading XRP at this moment in time. Anyway, that's pretty much all I've got for you, really. Let's look at it in the lower time frames. I imagine this would be quite overbought right now. Yeah, it is. It is overbought on the 4-hourly. So to have continuation of this move right now would be unlikely, but it's still possible. I think what I'm going to do when I close this video down is I probably will take profit on here and wait for it to retrace a little. It might not happen, it might pump as soon as I sell, but I think with RSI like this, I think it might be time to sell and wait for a small pullback, preferably a pullback. I'd like to see a full retracement and more, basically coming back down to test this descending trend, and then we'll go again. But for the moment, we'll leave it as it is. Obviously we've got our golden cross here on a 4-hourly. The 4-hourly looks okay, but a little overbought right now, and as is Bitcoin is looking a little bit, it's 50-50. I will leave it with you there. Thanks for watching, stay tuned for more, have a nice day, take it easy.